everybody, it's PJ, and I'm on my way to work. Have a witchy day. Have a witchy day. Yeah. You know what a witchy day reminds me of? About owning your own shit. About, like, when you're a witch, you have to own your shit, right? You can't scuff it off to anybody else, because that's the problem that I see. Hold on. With a lot of witches, when they say you're doing it wrong, they need to own their own shit. Just own your own. Don't worry about anybody else's. I hope it's not the car. I don't need anything to go wrong. Anyway, so I feel like witches can get into this, like, if you don't do it the way I do it, you're doing it wrong kind of thing, which is just so wrong, because there is no rules. It's witchcraft, for Christ's sake. If you find something that works, if it works to put bayberry candles near frankincense and, you know, ask for something and it comes, then keep doing that, like, and share that with other people. But don't be like, oh, well, you're doing this wrong and that wrong. Like, people that have a certain way of doing things, and so if you're like scrying and you have a crack in your mirror, they're gonna like critique you, which is unnecessary. Nobody's a better witch than the other. It's witchcraft. You're creating it. It's your manifestation. If all you have to do as a witch is think it true, then think it true. What does anybody else care, as long as it's working and it's valid and you validate the craft? But anyway, I see a lot of witches thinking they're like better than the other, and I got news. There is no head witch. We're all good witches. We're all good little witches. Anyway, in my view, being a witch means you have to own it. You have to own your own shit. You can't lay it off on anybody else. You can't ask somebody to just forgive you and magically everything goes away. No, you have to fucking own it. It's your karma. It's coming back at you. Deal with it. Find a way to utilize the energy in a more positive way, which is actually what I do when I read cards. And when I read for somebody doing a psychic reading, I'm really just trying to find the energy that belongs to them and redirecting it in a positive way. I'll explain. Like, okay, so you've heard of, like, retrograde. Obviously, if you've done anything on my channel, you know all about all the retrogrades. So, Mars retrograde is a particularly nasty retrograde on my chart, but on a lot of people's chart, depending on where Mars sits and if it's exalted or not, whatever. Anyway, so I had a friend of mine. She was having this really bad Mars retrograde in her chart that was going to hit like pretty nasty spots. So I was like this is going to hit you to direct. You need to utilize the energy of Mars so that you don't have the bad side of it, right? Because there's good energy with Mars, exercising and just like the creative, passionate sex is Mars. Anything that makes you sweat is Mars. Any competition, good competition as well as nasty, is Mars. And if you're not going to like utilize the good competition, it's going to find your way to you being in bad competition. Do you understand what I mean? So that's how it works. So I warned this girl, because in my mind, to be forewarned is to be forearmed. And if I can change how you utilize that energy coming at you, then you can successfully get through this whatever is coming. And so that's what I try to do when I do readings. I try to find that tough energy and redirect it into something positive for them. Okay, so this girl's got, now the way everything, you know, everybody says things come in threes. And usually what it is it's a retrograde. So let's say you have this bad place right here. It's right here. Okay. And here come the planets. Now planets don't really go backwards. That's what retrograde means. It goes backwards. All the of the 12 slices of pizza, okay? And so the planets are sitting on one of those wedges, moving, right? Everything's moving. So when you have a retrograde, it isn't like a planet can stop its rotation and go backwards. That's not what happens. But because everything's moving, you hit an axis, right? Because you're moving, it's moving, and so all of a sudden the numbers, the 1 through 30 numbers, oh, you're at 15 degrees Aries. You know, let's say that's what it is. But because everything is moving at different rates, retrograde means that by declination, by number, it starts going backwards because the other is moving as well. So you have these two forces that, even though obviously never does the planet actually stop in space and go the other way, but it goes backwards in declination in those wedges of 30 degrees, okay? So I don't know if you understood that. I wish I had like balls to show you better. So, and it'll go 15 degrees Aries, and then it'll start going backwards, 14, 13, 11, 12, 11, 10, and it'll go backwards a certain amount, and then this gets out of the way, this movement gets back to that even place, and then it starts going direct again, okay? But that means it comes through. So this Mars, it goes 13, 14, 15. Let's say 15 is where it's going to get you. And let's say that's also exactly where it's going to hit retrograde, is at 15 degrees, okay? So it goes 13, 14, 15, it starts going backwards. So now you're going away from that 15. You go 15, then you go 14, 13, 11, 12, and there's time in between this. There's days. It takes about, 2 weeks to get through retrograde in Mars, or in Mercury, right? So you're going forward, you hit it once, 15. Then you're going backwards, 15. Then you're going to go get out of that, 13, 14, 15. You see, you go forwards, 13, 14, 15, backwards, 15, 14, 13, forwards, 13, 14, 15. So you're actually hitting that spot 3 times. You're hitting it forward motion, backward motion, forward motion. Do you understand this at all? I hope I'm not like making you crazy. If I had a blackboard, I could do it better. But anyway, so you've hit that spot 3 times in a short amount of time. So she was getting hit 3 times in a really nasty place in her chart. And this nasty place had to do with her son. And it was, her son sat in her 12th house of secret sorrows. And so I had no idea what was coming, but I knew it was going to not be fun. So I said to her, use the energy up. Don't let it hit you. You hit it. What do you mean? What do you mean? She says. I said, exercise, run, go. She had a bunch of horses. I said, go work the horses. Like anything you do hard, anything you sweat, anything that kind of heart beating energy will take up some of this negative energy coming your way, and you can use it up in a positive way. Does she listen? No. And I get a phone call that she had a boyfriend way back in the day that used to stalk her, but he had been gone for a while. But Mars was tugging at him. Let's start a war. So Mars is a planet, a war planet. Anyway, so certainly nobody was surprised, or she was surprised. I wasn't surprised when he went to the farm. They had like a farm up here. He went to the farm and he let out her horses. Yeah, let them out free to roam. And of course, they ran onto a road. They Nobody was killed, thank God, but the horse died, one of them. She was crushed. This is one of her horses. She loved her horse. Really good, like animal owner, just terrible. Okay, so that happened. So then I said, listen, crying the whole night. I said, listen to me. You have 2 more times. 2 more. That this is about to happen to you. And you have to use, this is a bad place in your life. You have to use this energy up. Yeah. I told you it's sitting in her 12th house. Secret stars. Her son sat in her 12th house. And let me remind you what Mars represents. It represents scars and cuts and steel and surgeries and guns and bullets and war and fighting and so many fire, like just so much, right? So still under Mars. She doesn't listen because certain people just don't listen. And she is sitting home, and there's a knock at the door, and she opens the door, and 2 people come in, and they have like the ski masks on. They have knives. They try to break into her son's room. He wasn't there. She has Great Danes too, by the way. They all hid. So they tried to like break into her kid's room. She starts fighting them. They stab her in the ass. She doesn't even know she's stabbed in the ass. Doesn't know until the cops are there later that, oh shit, my ass is bleeding. So that happened. Apparently, I don't want to guess why they were there. They were looking for something. So she calls me up. Yeah, so I'm like, oh my God, if she doesn't use up this energy, she's still getting hit one more time, and she's on the phone going, no way, there's no way I'm gonna have to take another hit on this. And I'm like, use the energy. She was a like tall, beautiful woman. She could have gone worked out every day. She could have gone in and had defense lessons. She could have done 1,000 things to make this a better outcome. But she just didn't. She really ADHD too. Kind of like me. Anyway, so it's coming through again. So it's already gone through direct. 13, 14, 15. Now it's backed up. That's the retrograde. 13, 14, 15. Right? So now it's going to go 15, 14, 13. And now it's got to get through it again to go direct. So now it's going direct, but it still has to get past that 15 mark. So it's at 13. So now it's going 13, 14, 15 for the last time, and it's out. So a few days later, her son shows up. And remember I told you they had Great Danes? Well, the bags of food that they have to utilize for the Great Danes are these humongous bags of food, right? So her son got him out of a truck and walked into the kitchen that they had just redone, by the way. Kitchen's brand new. And he like flipped him off his shoulder onto the counter where it holds down a toaster lever. And the toaster heats up and heats up and heats up because something's holding it down. It can't unheat up. And it starts the bag on fire that burns down her new kitchen. Because nobody should have that all happen in like one course of time. I'll tell you something, every day in my life I realize how much like witchcraft means to me and how much I need it in my life to be balanced, and meditation and the things that this has brought me I can't tell you how much witchcraft and the thought process behind witchcraft has meant to me, and has influenced me, and has created a better me. And I'm not big on religions, because I've just watched what it does to people. It makes them feel like they're somehow above other people. It gives them this false moral compass. But witchcraft is your own spirituality, and how you create and use it, and using the elements of earth, air, fire, and water, and making that everything that was created, whether you believe in a single God or many gods, or it all brings you to the same place. If you put somebody on an EEG and they pray or they meditate, it does the same thing. It's all semantics, guys. It's just higher mind. So, FYI, this stuff saved my life.